there are brothers and sisters who are Catholic. I have a very good friend. He believes everything Catholic. He knows the saint for everything. He believes 100%. He and I, if we took a theological quiz, it score the same. But some of these people are convinced, like Mel Gibson is one of them, right? 100% convinced. Hasn't been a pope since 1958. They could very well, they could be right. They could be wrong. I honestly don't know. I try to be kind of, maybe people find it as a fault in me. I kind of try to be open to understanding the full breadth of the positions of people who are trying to be Catholic in a very confused time period. I mean, let's be honest. 70% of American Catholics right now do not believe in the real presence of Jesus in the Eucharist. They do not believe in transubstantiation. 70% are heretics, material heretics, right? And yet no one is marching around complaining, these people are wicked, they're going to burn and all that. But yet when it comes to, like, say, my friend, who is an exemplar father and man and Catholic, says, well, I don't think that these guys could have been pope because of what they did in the church. People are like, you're going to burn, you're a sedevacantes, you're going to hell, you bastard. You know what I mean? And again, I think that reveals generally in the Catholic Church and in the community, there is a deep insecurity right now. No matter if you're the biggest Pope Francis splainer in the world, whether you're a SSPX, a FSSP, Institute of Christ the King, CMRI, SSPV, 58 Home Alone, or whatever it is, everyone deep down knows something's kind of messed up right now. It's been messed up for decades. And honestly, as a guy who talks about it and studies it and writes about it and comments on it, I have not yet found the airtight explanation of how did it happen and how do we get out of it. I do know that praying the rosary every day is part of that solution. I do know that avoiding mortal sin and venial sin is part of that solution. I do know having large families and catechizing children to know, love, and serve Jesus Christ is part of that solution. But when it comes to the mechanisms, conclaves, cardinals, filial corrections, popes, anti-popes, consecrations, ordinations, all of those things, and how that fell apart or went awry, and then how we get it back on track, I don't know. At the end of my book, Infiltration, I talk about how we have to rebuild the structures that have been broken in the Catholic Church. We have to rebuild them. And I say we rebuild them with one hand building, right? These are the weapons of prayer, the rosary, the Bible, the Mass. And then in the other hand, we carry a weapon to defend us from the outside, the raiding parties that's the secularists, right? The globalists, the Zionists, the UN, all of that. They're coming and attacking us on the outside, and we have to be rebuilding. So we kind of have two eyes and two hands. One's rebuilding, one's protecting the family, protecting the church, protecting the clergy. So I know that is the way forward. And, Jesus probably made it so that we don't know the mechanisms in and the mechanisms out. And so we have to just rely on him and pray our rosaries and read our Bibles and catechize our kids and celebrate the feast days and do penance on the fast days and move the thing forward, right? He desires a broken and contrite heart. He desires repentant sinners. He requires people who have faith. Remember all the times he went to towns in the Gospels and he didn't do miracles. They didn't have faith. We need to have faith.